This episode is brought to you by Tabletop Dominion. If the antics of the circus have given you the desire to roll some dice of your own, head to tabletopdominion.com and use the code DESIRE10.
We're still in Yata. We make a deal with the octopus man. He must speak with the Rathra. If any can help, she surely can. He seeks political power. A friend in tribe or could prove useful. Put aside their differences. Work together for a better world. And now it's time that we were leaving. Time to leave Yata. A ride out of town without looking back. Quinch looks up to the skies with hope in his heart and tears in his eyes. And I look ahead on the beat track. I have a feeling that we will never be coming back, coming back, coming back. This place has not endeared itself to any of the circus. We have bigger fish to fry, their problems don't concern us. Good riddance to this rotten shire. Uno, dos, tres, Kevin, Nathan, onward in dice and desire.
So you get to the easternmost part of the city and you see a large gate, very much like the ones you would have seen in the south when you went down to the Golden Goose, the Great Dome. And even to the west of here when you entered the city, very similar fare. A couple of guards stood there with some more sort of posted on some towers, and they just they're not going to stop people leaving the city. There's no reason for them to do so. You walk past them and you're back on the road for the first time.
Quinch looks back at the sky just to check one final time.
You see several pigeons, but none of them seem to want to come down to you, or seem to, or even from this distance, seem to recognise you. There's no pigeon out there longing for you or blowing you kisses or anything like that.
A single tear forms and gently rolls down Quinch's surprisingly soft face.
Surprisingly soft. Right, here we go, boys. So, as you leave Yata, now to the east, the all too familiar sight of the Desserin Hills to your right, with open fields and grasslands to your left. While the path here is less developed than that between Tribor and Yata, the imprints of cartwheels and feet offer you a clear direction to travel. After a day or so of travelling on the road, the hills to the south start shortening and becoming more sparse until they disappear altogether. Replacing them to the north appears to be a foggy and uninviting moorland, spanning the distance as far as the eyes can see. In front of you and to the south, your eyes are met with some of the largest trees you'll ever see. Dweezil, can you roll me a history check at advantage, please?
Of course I can, Nathan. Oh, well, the same dice that's rolled 2 6s on the bounce has rolled another 6. The other one was 4. We have 9 in total.
9. Pitiful. Well, despite your human genealogy, the elven part of you still is enough for you to instantly recognise this to be the High Forest, an old place that many, many elves have either lived in or have descended from. On your way along the road, you have crossed paths with some, but not many travellers, most moving towards Yartar, but some headed in your direction. Most of the people encountered acknowledge you with a nod and go about their business. A few exchange pleasantries. Others don't even notice you're there. Early on the third day of travelling, a bright and sunny day, Dabov, you realise that you're somewhat out of sorts.
Oh, good. How are you going to fuck me now?
Well, to be clear, just to be clear, this is on the third day, so you've had a couple of long rests at this point. You're up to your maximum.
For now.
For now, yeah. You realise you're out of sorts. while the rest of the party are loosening their armour and clothing to adjust to the heat, something that we can all identify with right this second. When you breathe and talk, you actually see steam rising from your mouth. And you realise that to you it feels much more like a winter's day than actually the bright skies and everything that you would think. You crave the warmth of a fire and blankets, but even at night time, when you get to the end of that day, when you settle down in front of that fire, that warmth is doing you nothing. It still feels just as cold as it was during the day. You struggle to sleep. You struggle getting through the night, catching whatever sleep you can do. And when you wake the next day, you wake exhausted, both literally and mechanically.
Brilliant. Sorry, I didn't want to contribute to this next session at all. I'll just fuck off then.
But however, the feeling of gold has gone. Other than tiredness, you feel perfectly normal. Setting off on the road again, things start well, but the further you travel and the closer you get to the moors, the road becomes more uneven and uncomfortable. There are also more signs of battle with broken weapons, armour and bones, which only increase as you ride, with some looking fairly fresh. Towards the end of day 4 of you travelling, some 100 miles from when you set off from Yartar, the sun is starting to set. It's starting to get a little dark. It's probably sort of early evening, sort of mid to late evening. Sorry. The sun's low in the sky, and you see off into the distance some lights and some buildings, just ahead of you, but off to the left. Sorry. It is getting later. You anticipate that from where you are now, you could probably reach those buildings before sleepy sleep time. Alternatively, having rested out in the wilds for the last 3 nights, you could just set up camp and wait until the morning to ride through. What do you want to do?
What do we know about this town?
So we've got Greg's map, haven't we? We've got the map from Bongaz's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One would assume that this place, the way that we're travelling, would be Calling Horns.
It would.
Do any of us know anything about Calling Horns?
None of you would. You can all roll me a history check.
I got a 16.
I got an 18.
16.
14.
14.
7.
I rolled a 12 overall.
12 overall. Okay, so Dweezil perhaps more so. He probably wouldn't know Calling Horns by name. However, obviously, being men of the road, you would all you'd all be familiar that there are always going to be small settlements along the way. Certainly, something like the Evermore Way, which is a fairly main road, or fairly well travelled road, I should say. So you would, whilst you might not know the place by name, you would probably just put it down to yet another settlement that on your path to known as Hold.
Well, I would say if we didn't know anything about it, we would just assume that it's a normal town. So surely we would carry
Press
on
on
to the
until
town.
we get there.
Yeah. Why would you sleep in a tent if you can sleep in a inn?
Quinch is riding alongside Dweezil and would just like to strike up a conversation as they approach this new settlement. Dweezil, I need to tell you something, or rather, I should say I need to ask a favour of you.
Is it? It's not like the last favour that you asked of me, is it?
Oh, God, no. You don't have to hold anything this time. No.
Okay.
So basically, you remember the old times that we had together when we were on the road telling our stories?
Yep.
And sometimes we had to bunk up together.
Yep.
I'd like this to happen for a few nights in the near future, if you don't mind. Just, I want to have someone near me if I hear the music again. And who better than the master of music himself?
Right, okay. I mean, Dweezil's willing to humour Quinch. For what it's worth, Stuart knows, but Dweezil thinks that Quinch is talking utter nonsense. But Quinch is Dweezil's best mate, and he is prepared to I was going to say humiliate him. He is prepared to
Humour.
to go along with it, to humour him. Yeah. That's not a problem, Quinch. We can room up again. It'll save some money. Weirdly, despite me carrying the whip, we don't have that much gold, so yeah, we can save a few coin as well.
Yes, I think that sounds very sensible. Thank you.
I've got a favour to ask of you, Quinch.
Yes, I'll do anything for you.
You call me the master of music, but we both know that when we're riding on the trail, one of the things that brightens my spirits more than anything is when you sing one of your songs.
You want me to sing one of my songs?
Yes, please, Quinch. I think everyone would appreciate that. It's been a very long time since you sang for us.
That's very true, and it has been a long and winding road. Oh, ye party in my stead, we walk the lonely road, and so we said we'll be there soon to caress your gentle hips and lips. It's the song of tender loving, the kind you get in homes of lovers of past and homes of lovers of future. It's the song of tender loving, and we hope we yearn there soon.
Beautiful. Inspiration, Quinch.
Thank you. Thanks for the setup. That's got to be the song for the episode after this one. but
just lay a little,
done well.
No. Just lay a track on it, Stuart. That's done. Right. So you're heading up? Are you? Or anything else you want to do before you head up?
Should we ride into town gallantly and
trotting like a Disney prince?
I want to drift.
Drift into town. I mean, we haven't drifted in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So as you get closer, there's still enough light to see what you're doing, and obviously the lights from the settlement itself assist you. As you draw nearer, you can tell this it's not a town. I'm going to use the word settlement again. This group of buildings is sort of almost in two parts. As you look into it, so it's as you're on the road, it's set off to the right or to the left of it as you're looking. The immediate buildings you see are all relatively small, what appear to be from the outside residences, or nothing of particular note beyond that. The main thing that draws the eye is set back further than that, and it's up not a hill per se, but sort of just up the land sort of goes up a little bit, up a slope, and you see this much larger building, which looks more formal. It doesn't look like a house, and it doesn't look like a castle, but it just from where you are, from the road, it just looks like a larger, I guess, place of business. I guess from where you are, you would think it was some sort of business.
Does it look like there's any life in this village, town, holding, whatever you want to call it, or does it look deserted?
Well, there's lights. There's some of the buildings have literally got lights, in them, outside them. You don't see many people outside. And what ones you do see are very fleeting. People literally coming at their doors and sort of doing something quickly and going back into their doors, into their building. Between the buildings themselves, it's not like there's a structure. You've obviously only a few days ago you've been in Yartar. There's lots of properly constructed constructed pathways and things like this. This doesn't seem like this. The buildings themselves, the smaller buildings, just appear to. There's no sort of collective design of these buildings. They all look like they've been built differently by different people. And as I say, there's no sort of pathway per se between them. It's just these buildings have sort of been, I'm going to use the word, erected in just wherever they've fallen, so to speak.
Okay, so the bigger structure that we can see that you said looks like a business, does that look like it's going to be an inn or a tavern or, the main structure of the town where visitors would go to?
Roll me a perception.
I would love nothing more than to roll you a perception check. That is a 10 overall.
A 10 overall. You wouldn't be able to say from this distance what it was beyond it just looking a bit more, as I say, formal or business-like.
Okay. Well, personally, I think we would start heading in that direction, and if it's the one that looks the most formal / businessy in this little village, town, holdings, whatever you want to call it. Unless anyone disagrees and would go elsewhere.
No, I think
sounds good.
We'd aim for that. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just make our way through the different buildings then towards the main building that we can see in the distance.
Okay. So yeah, as you pass your way, you wind your way through these buildings in a fairly uneven manner. As I say, there's not like a distinct pathway. You sort of catch glimpses of people sat in their houses, having dinner or enjoying each other's company, doing various activities, and you make your way towards the large building. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. As you get closer, things get a little bit more well constructed here. There's definitely more of an invitational entranceway, and as you get about 50 foot away from it, you now can see that from where you were, you couldn't really see it well enough. Now that you're closer, it doesn't look like one you've seen in the past, but now that you're up closer, you can tell this is probably an inn or a tavern, and you can see like a hanging sign. You can't see from this distance what it says written on it, but you can see like there's a hanging sign outside the doorway. There's a little noise coming from inside, nothing too, loud or rowdy, but you can tell that there's definitely people inside.
It's just the way that Nathan has kind of brought this place to us. He's very keen to call it a settlement. It was very ambiguous. Is anyone else getting a bad feeling about it?
Well, I'm guessing he's just excited that we've decided to follow the path that he's probably planned out for once.
I mean, Sam's getting a bad feeling, but Krill is none the wiser. Krill's just I think when it comes to adventuring and stuff, Krill is just very much a follower. If you guys tell him to go somewhere, he'll go somewhere.
I mean,
anything out of the ordinary?
I don't mind if I can give you an idea of what I'm trying to do from a DM style. You've got a pathway, roughly speaking, where you want to be or where the next place you want to be. This is a place that's on your way. I didn't want you just to ride through it and it not be an event. So I'm not going to say that we have to have session after session at any of these places. But when you come across these places, I want to make you feel like you're actually living in the world that you're role playing. So you could ride on through. There's nothing to stop you.
I was only joking about it. That's fine.
So reading between the lines, we're here until what, 2023?
The way you play, yes.
I'm more than happy to just bed down and carry on our way.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what we've come here to do. We're looking for the inn, aren't we? This looks like the main establishment of the town. I think we'd stop at it and bed down. From our perception rolls that I've rolled anyway, my character's none the wiser. He just thinks it's an inn.
It's not late. It's not late at this point, but at the same time, it's around the time you'd want to be looking to set up camp if you were going to be, staying out on the road. So your choices are: do you go back out there and stay out there? Bearing in mind on the lead,
not an issue.
bearing in mind on the lead up, you saw like there was obviously signs of battles and things like that. So you know that it's not necessarily the safest place outside. So it's just whether you want to stay outside and risk it, or whether you want to come indoors, so to speak, and see what happens.
Can we just try and fly through it a bit?
Quinch unfurls his wings.
Yeah, I think we're going to the pub.
Yeah, we're going to the pub.
Yeah.
We do love a breakfast after all.
Okay. You approach, and as you get to the front door, you can now see the sign, and it just simply says "Calling Horns." It doesn't say anything different to what you were expecting anyway. It just happens to be the name of this establishment. You open the door, and you, as I say, you're met with a. It's not a busy bar by any means. Or there's probably half a dozen or so people in here. They're enjoying themselves without being super merry. Largely, I'd say probably half the people in here are human. There's a dwarf and a half elf, and let's just pick a random one, a halfling. They're just random. There's nothing particularly stand out about this place.
I'm not sure if it makes a difference, but I'm going to make a specific point of when I do come in, I am going to bring Sebastian in with me.
Okay. So as you walk in, the bar is empty, and I presume you walk straight up to it, do you?
So I'm not sure what order we're going in first. I mean, as a less keen member of the party to actually visit the pub, I'd probably be hovering around the back. Did we say, is Dabov still tired and exhausted a little, or
this would be the day he's still exhausted. I mean, it's nearly the end of the day, but he's still got exhaustion on him.
So I've noticed Dabov, I guess, flagging behind a little bit more noticeably since we've got off the horses, because it's him, I guess, walking. I will hang about at the back with Dabov. I guess if Dweez was the one that was hyping up the pub, he might be the first one through the door.
I think generally speaking, I probably do tend to go into taverns and pubs first. Just go through the door. I'm just going to introduce us as soon as we get in there. I'm just going to go full irritating bard mode. Proclaim the arrival of the circus. I'm going to proclaim everyone by name. Quinch, the bringer of omens, the most powerful sorcerer in all of Faerun, Gregomel Wallows, the legendary trickster, Daboff. Oh, sorry, Sebastian.
Dabov just does like a really sleepy backflip.
Yeah.
He's just laying down
because he's not heard his name yet.
With this, you sort of see all of the patrons sort of look up at you, and sort of just not dismissively, but sort of just look at you and then just go back to their drinking and or conversations. One of them, however, doesn't. It's a woman, 60-year-old human woman. She sort of just lingers on you a little bit longer, before sort of returning back to whatever she was doing. The barmaid calls you over and says, "Oh, how can I help? Are you looking for a room for the night, or I don't recognise you being one of our current incumbents."
Oh no, we are travellers. We're travellers on the Evermore Way. We are looking for room and board for the evening. If we can afford to, we are tired and weary from 3 nights on the road. But we have little. But hopefully we have enough.
Well, bookings for rooms, I can help you certainly with food and drink. If you are after bookings for rooms, then you will need to speak to the owner of the inn. That is Tamerlin over there, and she points you over to the 60-year-old woman that sort of lingered on you a little bit longer. So if you're looking for a room, then you will need to go and speak to Tamlin as she deals with she handles the deals on that front. But in the meantime, can I get you all a drink?
Absolutely. What do you have for us?
Just your usual inn stuff, really. Just now you've been on. You look like you've been on the road. You know the sort of drink that you like. We don't have anything particularly special.
Do you have
just
do you have Crimson?
just name a
do you have
drink.
Crimson Bullock?
Yeah, we have a Crimson Bullock. Of course we do. Yeah.
Can I have 3 Crimson Bullock and vodkas?
Okay.
Do you
If
have any horse water?
We
Like
do have
troughs
some
for
horse water.
watering horses. Fantastic.
Yes.
I'll remember that. And then, do you have any like kind of malted beverages, like a non-alcoholic ale?
We have a wonderful gravy that we serve.
Gravy.
Yeah, a gravy. Yeah. We some of the locals do actually like it. They find it quite a lovely thing to drink.
Right. Can I have 3 Crimson Bullock and vodkas?
Yes.
A gravy, and that's fine. Thank you. How much will that be?
That will be an amount of money that I will just find out in a second.
So I'll just knock 3 copper off, Ma.
3 copper?
Something
No,
like
it's
that.
it's a little bit more than that. We'll call it 2 silver pieces.
For 3 Crimson Bullocks and a cup of right? Okay.
I mean, we are.
That's
the,
a Crimson
you know,
Bullock to.
How what settlements did you see on the way here? Out of interest, you said you've been on the road for 4 days. I mean, you are 4 days away from You're 4 days away from the local Crimson Bullock, I would have thought, if that's what you're suggesting. These are the prices you have to pay when you're on the road, I'm afraid.
I think you forget Greg's got the power of summon Crimson Bullock. It's a bit like the smoking jackets.
It's different though, isn't it? It's like you
It's
can
like
make it at home.
off-brand Red Bull. It's like Kick. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I pass a Crimson Bullock to Greg, a Crimson Bullock, and one to dab off because he needs perking up. I have one. I'll pass a gravy to Krill.
Probably not. Krill's still outside, waiting to be called in.
Oh.
Oh.
And outside there's Krill, the big strong man.
And with that, he bursts through the door. Which way does the door swing?
Outwards.
Outwards.
He bursts through a pool.
I mean, if I push it inwards with an 18?
It creaks, and let's just say, for the sake of you not offending people, you realise it's probably not going to go any further, and then you open it up normally.
Yeah, and then I come in.
Episode 1, scene 1 of I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson.
Exactly. That was exactly what my thought was.
Perfect.
So she serves up your drinks and you hand them all out. The older lady, Tamlin, sort of understands the transaction that's probably taken place, and as you're approaching her, assuming you are approaching her,
yes,
she already has out, which she didn't have at the time. She's drawn a ledger out, and awaits your coming over. As you get closer, she says, Gentlemen, you wish for a room in our fine establishment? Welcome to the Calling Horns."
We'd love some rooms. I mentioned to your colleague that we're a little short on resources.
That is interesting.
But I'd be interested to see if we can afford to stay here, because it seems like a lovely place. If we could do with 4 rooms, if that's possible. One of which being a twin room.
4 rooms. Well, we can set you up for the night if you wish. We do have that availability. That would be 5 silver pieces per room, so 20 silver pieces overall. However, you say that you're short on cash, and I think you've come to the right place. My name is Tamerlin, and I am a big fan of adventurers like yourselves. I will I will offer you a room, or the 4 rooms that you're asking for, should you wish to do me a deed.
Well, did we forget to mention that we're actually here on behalf of the Lonely Traveller Guide?
No, that's not something that you mentioned. No, you've not spoken really. So what's that then? What may I ask?
It's obviously the most prestigious magazine around, scroll around that obviously entices people to visit the places that we go to on our quests, and we review the holdings for a discounted rate.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I've never heard of it. Did you have any evidence of this this scroll?
I'm sure if you go to your local library... Oh, sorry, you don't have one. You'd have to go 4 days down the road to Yartar and check out the library there.
Okay, well, it sounds like if I am going to be reviewed, I've already got a negative view from you.
No, because that's the village, not the holding, not your establishment. So that wouldn't go against your mark.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, I'm afraid I've never heard of this thing, and without having heard of it or having any evidence that it exists, I can't just be going out and giving free or discounted rooms for no reason whatsoever. As I was saying, I can, however, offer you completely free rooms if you were willing to kill something for me.
Done. What needs killing?
I like the cut of your jib, sir. Tell me, what do you know of the Evermores?
Very little. Do they need killing?
Wait, didn't someone tell us that never to go into the Evermores because it's stupidly dangerous? Who was that? Someone told us that.
Well, I wouldn't say it's stupidly dangerous, and I'm not asking for you to go too far into the Evermores. Of course, I wouldn't. That would be foolish because you probably wouldn't return and get lost. No. You see, the Evermores is just north of here. It's a very uninviting environment, and it's on your way in. Did you come from the west? You say Yartar, so I assume you came from the west. Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
Yes. You probably would have seen some signs of some battles and some various creatures and things that have perhaps died. And it's this is my little settlement. I came here many years ago and set up this inn for people travelling through, and you know I'm a fairly well known woman. I suspect you probably never heard of me if you've not been as east as Everland, but I came here with a modest wealth. I set up this inn, and people followed me, and I like to protect my residents, the people that live around here. Unfortunately, the Evermores does contain some creatures that sometimes stray south and tries to do some things, tries to take people or eat people, or I don't know what they're doing. They're brutes as far as I'm concerned. But that's why when people like yourselves come along, I like to offer you a deal. Free room and board, should you wish to just head a little bit north and kill a little troll for me. That's all I'm asking for.
Krill turns to the group and puts on his most puppy dog eyes and goes, "Please, can we? Please."
Is Tamerlane? Is this free? Right. Killing a troll is a dangerous thing.
It is, yes.
Right. Killing a troll for some people could mean risking their life. Risking our life for 20 silver pieces. Is this? Let me get this straight. So if we were to stay here tonight, it would be free, bed and board.
Yes.
And then tomorrow we could perhaps venture out, kill the troll.
I prefer to see the death up front. You can imagine the amount of people that have done this, and then in the middle of the night they've gone running off, and I've never seen them again. Ultimately, if you wish to pay the money, you are more than welcome. I will happily take your silver pieces.
So hang on, when do you want me to go and kill the troll now?
If you wish to stay here tonight, yes.
Please, Dweezil.
No, it just doesn't make sense, Krill. I'm sorry. I'm more than happy to kill a troll. I'd be more than happy to just go and kill a troll for sport I just don't think it's reasonable to expect us to go and kill a troll in the middle of the night on trust when there isn't any trust being displayed this way.
Well, this is my business, good sir.
This is my business. This is my business. This is
and
Krill's
I-
business. Look
and
at
as
that,
I've
right?
said
You've got a look at you. You've got a little towel. I like your little towel. That's nice. And your ledger. That's so good. Look at his axe. It's his business.
It's a wonderful axe, which is why I thought I'd ask you if you wished for a free room that you would do this task for me. If you do not wish to do this task, I entirely understand. It is. You said there, sir. You said there that it wasn't worth risking your life over 20 silver pieces. If 20 silver pieces is such a small amount to you, sir, then feel free to pay it across, and we will get you set up in a room for the night.
You mistake us. You have insulted us with this low price. You have now wronged us. You don't understand the power of the words you speak. To undervalue us by so much, so gravely.
I do apologise. There's no offence meant. This is merely an offer that I make to any adventurers that come through here. That if they as you approached me, sir, you were the one that said that you were low on coin. I thought that I would offer you a solution that meant you had to offer no coin. Please feel free to offer up your money, and please I bid you no ill will. This is an establishment. I am just trying to find a suitable arrangement for all of us.
We would sooner shit in our own mouths than stay here.
So I want to go and capture the troll and just set it free in the pub.
How many trolls are out there that she offers this to everyone that comes through? Either no one's been successful and they've all died, or there are a lot of trolls up there.
Yeah, this is fucking bullshit. I like the plan of go and get a troll and send it her way.
Can I ask her how many people take her up on that offer?
Yes. A few. I mean, obviously, everyone values their own time as very much like yourselves. You know, there's a lot of people that wouldn't want to step out there for what they feel is a relatively low price. It's just an offer. It is nothing more than that.
Quinch leans into Dweezil and just,
sorry, what was this bitch's name?
Tamerlane.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, fairly quiet.
Okay.
Why is Quinch making notes, or is Michael making notes?
Both.
I don't think Quinch could write.
He's got his Lonely Island, whatever it is, Traveller's Guide thing.
See, I'm absolutely amenable to going killing a troll. I'm just not amenable to doing it in what has been described to us at great pains and great length by Nathan as being bedtime.
Yeah, fuck
He's
her.
made it very, very clear to us that this is bedtime, and now he's saying, just go and kill the troll.
Could we make a deal with her that we just pay for the rooms, kill the troll in the morning, and then we get a refund? Like, we'll just pay for now, but if we kill a troll in the morning, she can give us our money back. And then that's a mutual trust arrangement.
Are you offering that, or are you...
I'm looking around to the rest of the guys to say, does this sound good to you guys?
Fuck yeah, we also get tomorrow nights. I mean, we're getting 2 nights bed and board out of this. So I think the idea is we stay here tonight, we go and kill the troll tomorrow, then we come back and sleep it off.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
The deal is for only one night, though.
This is bullshit.
Nah.
Even Krill, in his bloodthirsty,
what if we come back with 2 trolls?
Is like,
Tell us a bit more. Tell us more information about this troll.
I mean, I don't know much about the troll. I don't step out there, but we've look around. As there's not much around here. We have to go hunting every now and again. Unfortunately, that means sometimes the options from where we are, we either go into the high forest, which is quite easy to get lost, or we go out into the Evermoors, which is quite difficult to potentially survive. We struggle to potentially find some wonderful food around here, which is why we sometimes offer to people like you to help us out. The hope is that you can kill a troll for us, which will make it a little bit easier for us to go out there later to get some food.
let's just pay for the
How
night.
far away is the troll?
Oh, I wouldn't. I. It's fairly close. It's probably less than an hour's walk. I don't know.
Oh,
but
Absolute jokes.
Piece.
Oh,
of
mate.
piss.
Dweezil, can I speak to you for a second?
this is amazing.
Yeah.
I very legitimately want to capture the troll and bring the troll into this ridiculous state of a place.
So as do I, but remember we are trying to be better people, aren't we, Quinch?
We are being reasonable and friendly. Don't you remember the song? We came here for tender loving.
And instead, you're giving vicious murdering. I mean, it's just a deal. You can turn it
It's
down.
not a deal. It's not a deal, Nathan. It's not a deal. You've done this again. This is like the casino all over again. This is
worse than payment and exposure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pissing on us and telling us it's raining.
I mean, I did offer to pay her by giving her exposure, but she didn't take me up on it.
What's the goal? What's the gold to silver rate?
10 gold to 1 silver. It's 2
So
gold.
Right.
It's 2 gold, and as far as I'm aware, you have between you hundreds of gold.
No, we don't. We've got 97 gold in the kitty, Nathan, and that is all.
I mean, I've got 87 in my person, and
How have
In your person?
I've got 997 gold pieces.
The boy's just
What?
jangling around.
how have you got so much gold?
I sell a lot of stuff. I sell lots and lots of stuff.
Listen, I just, if you don't want to do it, I can retract the offer, and I'll just take the 20 silver.
Just for a quick.
I don't want to make this awkward between us. This is supposed to be a nice, quick.
Like I'm gonna
nice,
do.
quick
Right, I'm
transaction.
gonna just put the 2 gold down and be like, we'll go to bed. And we're gonna go to bed and we'll think about it. And then I walk over to Dweezil and I do something I probably should have done a long time ago. Dweezil, sorry. I remember we set up a kitty. I forgot to give you this. And I handed him 600 gold pieces.
Look at that. Bloody hell.
I forgot to give you this.
It's like a huge sack.
It's basically
with
a mortgage. There we go.
And the best part of this is that Sam's just told us Krill's got nearly 1,000. So he's not even giving you all of them.
I mean, that's fair enough. He's given us
look after them
600.
all.
So did Krill, Sam, did you say Krill paid for the rooms?
Yeah, so I've
as
paid.
well.
I've paid for the rooms as well. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let me just, if I could get you to sign in this book, I like to get all of my guests to sign their names, so that I know who's here. Obviously, if anyone does go out into the Evermoors, at least we know who is and isn't here. If you could just sign your names, and she turns around the ledger.
You go
Krill's-
first, Eric.
I just hold, the pen like just in my fist. Just write Derek.
Krill's not particularly dexterous. I worry he might crush a pen. And with that, he accidentally crushes the pen. It gets ink all over his hand. In his flurried attempt to clear it up, he smears ink all over the guest book. And then he just apologizes and wipes his inky hand off on a towel that she had.
Jesus.
So you've ruined it for the rest of them. No one else can sign. Is what you're suggesting?
Oh, almost definitely. Shouldn't have given Krill a pen.
Quinch, Greg, and Dweezil, she returns. She says, "Oh, that is rather unfortunate. I mean, perhaps you could. It does still look to be quite wet. Perhaps you could just dip your finger and just sign it in there, sir."
Oh, it's like a magical contract or something. This is gonna.
Greg obviously writes Ima.
Lovely. So that's Derek, Splodge, and Ima. The other two of you, you wish to sign your names?
I pull out my dagger and I kind of scratch into the ink. Dermal.
Okay, that's Derek, Splodge, Ima, Dermal, and you. Last one, just you there, big fellow.
Quinch signs it tender.
And Tender, what a wonderful group of names you've got there. It's lovely stuff.
Do we get a
Excellent.
copy of that?
No, it's just the guest book. It's just you can see it, and she will show you, and she flips through, and you can see various other people have
Do we
written in it
recognise any
before.
names?
No, you don't recognise anything in there really. It's just random names,
Just normal names.
just innocent names. Yeah. What are you? Would you like me to show you up to your rooms now, or would you like to enjoy the rest of your evening downstairs in the inn?
Oh, definitely rooms, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rooms.
Okay. But yeah, by this time it's sort of late evening. It's probably about 9, something like that, 10 o'clock maybe. She shows you upstairs to the rooms.
So I've got to decide if I want to go upstairs or eat my own feces.
Is that in character or out of character?
It's just turmoil for both of us.
the things we do on a hot summer's day. So she takes you upstairs and shows you to the rooms. Greg, you're up first. She motions you into a room, lovely room, very, very spacious, looks very comfortable, very well decorated. And that's pretty much the same for the rest of the rooms, really. They're all very much, I wouldn't say they're necessarily the nicest rooms you've ever stayed in, but considering you're out on the road,
Nicer
A lot
than
better.
the 6 windows.
much nicer than sink windows, and also much nicer than sleeping out in the rough, so to speak. While are you settling down for the night?
There'll be some Quinch and myself for our sleep. We'll have some sleepover activities.
I'll have
I'll
a fiddle with the
train
cube.
then.
Well, I was going to
As
ask you if I could have one. If I could have a fiddle, because you'll have a few fiddles backed up, wouldn't you?
Please
I was
do.
gonna see if I could have a little fiddle with it as well.
Yeah, please do.
Right.
Goes.
So hang on a second. I'm just going to go with Dabov. So you fiddle with your
He's going to train the weasel.
Yep.
weasel. You're on 8 now, so 2 more, and he can do what you want him to do.
Nice.
Dweezil, you're fiddling with the. In
Oh,
fact,
well,
so this is the many-coloured.
Cube of many
Yep.
colours.
So presumably, Quinch, you would have done it the last 3 days while you've been on the road.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. So can you roll me sleight of hand 3 times, then, please?
Not anything to fiddle with in the evenings.
Twice. We got a 2, a 21, and a 4.
Okay.
Can I have a go with that,
And
please?
now,
Quinch?
and now it's Dweezil's turn. Yeah.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Natural 20, lovely. Okay.
Oh my god, it's never moved with such swiftness and accuracy. How did you do that?
Dabov's been teaching me some fiddling techniques and stuff, so I've got quite good with my.
Yeah, he has.
How thin are the walls?
Horrifically thin.
Serious question.
They're decently thick.
Okay. Okay.
Then,
My impressedness is not going to be worded quite as sexually in that case.
right. Okay. Greg, Krill, anything you want to do while you're festering?
No, I don't think so. I think just early night bed for Ima.
Okay. Cool. You settle down for the evening, and you sleep your way through the night. Nothing of interest or note happens. Dabov, you wake up the next morning, fully rested, lovely night's sleep. You're back to normality. Oh, there goes rabbit. I've done that one before. But anyway, you feel good.
I knew that you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of you the same. You wake up, lovely.
No music for Quinchy?
Well, I was just going to say, in fact, Quinch, you do start hearing some singing. Thanks for listening. Make sure you don't miss out on the circus's next crazy antics by hitting subscribe on your podcast app of choice. And in between episodes, you can always find us on social media by searching Dyson Desire on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. We're in our 3rd year now, and if you want to help us grow, you can do so in a number of ways. You can tell a friend, because word of mouth really helps us get our name out there, or you can review us on Apple or Podchaser to help with our visibility. Finally, you can donate to our Ko-fi page to help us take the show to the next level. All links can be found in this episode's description. And never forget, sometimes it is a dog licking a tree, yes?
This is a player from Carcosa Online. Please, you have to help. We are dying here. People are dying. What the hell is this game?
Hello. We here at Ballad of the Seven Dice are sorry for that interruption in your podcast listening. That audio clip was from a confused player from our new campaign, Escaping Carcosa, which can be found on the Ballad of the Seven Dice's podcast feed.
Please, let us out! They're eating us! They're eating us!
The story follows two groups. One is a group of investigators trying to free the trapped players using Call of Cthulhu 7E. The other is a Pathfinder 2E group that is trapped inside Carcosa Online. You can also find a visual novel version of our show on our YouTube, and we also have live airings of our episodes every second Saturday at 4 p.m. CST.
Tell my family I love them. Tell them
We hope to see you there. And remember, Nostradamus Corporation cares.